Infomercials offer solutions to problems you didn't know you had for a few easy payments. But not all of these incredible deals are worth dropping money on. At least some of these marketing masterpieces are unforgettable for their utter ridiculousness, fortunately or not. Exercise is one of the classic life issues infomercial products claim to improve. Pressed for time but still self-conscious, consumers were tempted by gadgets that offered to sculpt, tighten, or build body parts in just minutes a day. And one of the most memorable was the Shake Weight, a spring-loaded barbell that shook. It came in a 5-pound version for men and a 2.5-pound version for women, and promised to use dynamic inertia, which is not a thing, to build and tone muscles in less time than it would take using traditional weight training. Users looked goofy standing there shaking a dumbbell, and the dirty-minded snickered at the arm motions used with the Shake Weight.
You just shake it, back and forth. It feels really good in my hands.
People might happily look silly if the thing worked as advertised, but a National Institute of Health study nixed the whole idea. Sure, people were moving weight with their bodies, but the NIH pointed out that the Shake Weight weighed far less than what gym goers would realistically use to train. Additionally, regardless of the muscle targeted, much of the work was done by the triceps. If you want to build muscle, hanging onto a tiny, trembling weight won't get you very far. Another classic late-night TV product is psychic advice. One of the most prominent of these purveyors was the Psychic Readers Network, fronted by the highly animated Miss Cleo. Speaking in a vigorous pseudo-Jamaican accent, Miss Cleo gave viewers direct orders.
Call me now for a free tarot reading.
She offered advice on love, money, and anything else you might need, billed by the minute, of course.
If you want him to believe that it's over, then you gotta stop accepting the booty calls at 2 a.m. in the morning. You understand?
But as quickly as Cleo's stars aligned, they flamed out. In 2002, the Federal Exchange Commission opened an investigation, and while the limited paranormal bona fides of the service's psychics were outside the FEC scope, shady billing practices took the business down. It later came out that these psychics were just people who needed a job and were willing to use, or pretend to use, a computer-based tarot card program. Cleo herself was revealed to be a Los Angeles-born actor named Yore Del Harris.
I am a trained priestess. I have many ways and abilities to divine information.
As a mere employee, and a poorly paid one at that, Miss Cleo wasn't named in the lawsuit that led Psychic Readers Network owners Stephen Feeder and Peter Stoltz to settle out of court for a cool $500 million. Harris went on to make a few self-parodying media appearances before dying of cancer in 2016 at the age of 53. Ever wish you could combine your love of golf with your love of carrying around containers of your own urine? The UroClub has you covered. An ingenious solution to the problem of needing to relieve yourself out on the links, the UroClub was actually a hollow shaft that an uncomfortable golfer could relieve himself into. But wait, there's more.
The UroClub comes with a towel and appears that you are just checking out your club.
Once relieved, the golfer simply seals up the UroClub for later emptying and what promises to be a slapstick cleaning process.
Can you get stuck?
Plenty of people face challenges with incontinence and urgency, and fortunately, they have access to products and strategies that don't involve the risk of giving a caddy the surprise of his life.
I designed the cap in conjunction with a pipe fitter who assured me that this would never leak.
The UroClub is now marketed as a gag gift, complete with a tie-in to Lux water brand Liquid Death. It remains one of the dumbest things you can buy online, but at least the manufacturers are honest about it.
I went in the club, the UroClub.
For moments in the late aughts, the BumpIt was everywhere, thanks to the rise of high-volume hairstyles inspired by the popularity of the Jersey Shore franchise and the dramatic infomercials marketing the product. Plenty of products feature sighing or grumbling before scenarios, but the BumpIt lady actually screams at her flat, lifeless hair.
Are you tired of flat, boring hairstyles?
For those unable or unwilling to create 60s-style big hair through time-consuming ratting, teasing, and spraying, the BumpIt offered an arguably elegant cheat. Simply place it at the crown of your head, conceal the infrastructure with the rest of your hair, and try not to let anyone touch it. The BumpIt's problem was not that it didn't work, it received a near glowing review and glamour. But fashions change rapidly, and the Snooki-fueled revival of the Beehive and related styles now looks dated. But if you think dated is another word for classic or need a little help with an Amy Winehouse costume, never fear, the BumpIt remains ready to help. Creepy is not a traditional selling point for a beauty treatment, but the Rejuvenique electric facial mask was no traditional beauty treatment.
If you can get the idea of what doing 8 setups a second would do for your stomach, you have an idea of what Rejuvenique would do for your face.
In other words, cause irreversible physical collapse? Gold-plated contact points provide a mild electrical current to each of your 12 facial zones, powered by a 9-volt battery in the control unit. To give you an idea of the technological era this dates from, the control unit connects to the mask with a curly landline telephone-style cord, and the whole shebang comes with an instructional VHS. The apparatus looks like something that, once you put it on, you couldn't actually take off. Additionally, it hurt. Emily McCombs, intrepid beauty reviewer for Yahoo, tried the thing even after reading a review that compared the sensation to ants biting your face and discovering that it wasn't FDA approved. McCombs didn't find it painful, but reported that it left red marks on her face and scared her mailman. If you're worried about visible signs of aging, give America's Postal Service a break and try hydrating first. The amazing new Toilet Time golf game sounds, at best, like something to amuse small children during the grunt work of toilet training. But sadly, this gimmicky gift was targeted to adults wanting to improve their performance on the green. The Potty Putter is just that, a small putting practice tool you can use from the most private area of the privacy of your own home. Just roll it out in front of the commode, arrange yourself, and get down to business.
You'll take the time to play with your putter. It's the most satisfying way to practice your game.
The first and perhaps most minor objection to this product is that the average bathroom floor bears no resemblance to a golf course. Additionally, experts recommend an efficient approach to answering the call of nature. Spending too long in the toilet can cause or exacerbate hemorrhoids, and even worsen constipation.
Call now and we'll include the doorknob hangers warning everyone not to disturb you while you're practicing your putting.
Finally, there's a basic public health concern. We're not here to pass judgment, but it's hard to imagine John Q. Toilet Golfer regularly disinfecting his bathroom AstroTurf. Just bring your phone like everyone else. It's still gross, but it's easier to clean. Cats. Love them or hate them, they traditionally poop in sandboxes. This is an established cat fact, so any owner exhausted by the cycle of scooping and refilling the litter box can't honestly say they had no idea a house cat would produce a waste management situation.
Cats suck. Anyone who's ever lived with one knows what I'm talking about.
Enter the CitiKitty, a system that promises to teach cats of any age, size, or breed how to use the human toilet. According to the product's Amazon page, the process is simple. Just add the CitiKitty tray full of litter to the toilet you want the cat to use, then remove rings until the business end of the cats is over the water. Then all you do is flush. The main issue facing users is that the CitiKitty's success involves cooperation from a cat. Additionally, for however long it takes the cat to learn, there's going to be a ring of cat litter installed on the toilet, which is hard to imagine resulting in comfort and ease of use for all concerned. Finally, even in the event of success, you still have to check the toilet regularly to see if Morris has been by to lay his burdens down. If the goal is less net interaction with cat waste, it's hard to see the CitiKitty is really solving the issue. No discussion of infomercials and the products they sold would be complete without mentioning the patriarch of the genre, the doyen of the art form, peerless pitchman Ron Popeil. An inventor of numerous products of varying quality, Popeil was one of the first to harness television for sales, and did so for decades, becoming a bit of a punchline but also a household name and a wealthy man.
Super Bass-O-Matic 76 is the tool that lets you use the whole bass with no fish waste without scaling, cutting, or gutting.
Popeil coined the omatic suffix and several classic taglines.
But wait, there's more. Set it and forget it.
Popeil sold generations of Americans karaoke machines, pasta makers, food dehydrators, bedazzlers, rotisseries, hair in a can, and more.
You didn't mention Mr. Microphone or the smokeless ashtray or Miracle Broom or Miracle Brush.
Unfortunately for the as seen on TV true believers, Ronco, the company Popeil named after himself, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization in April 2018 and Chapter 7 liquidation that June. Popeil wasn't directly affected, having sold the company in 2005. In fact, according to the New York Post, he tartly criticized the most recent owners for having retooled the Showtime rotisserie and started over in China. Popeil died in 2021, leaving a legacy of entrepreneurship and a significant fortune. Ronco's rights and portfolio of products were bought in 2022, and Ronco products remain on the market. Time will tell if they sell without the charisma of their inventor. Sex, finances, child-rearing, gas? According to the marketers of the defunct Better Marriage blanket, the Humble 2 poses as great a threat to marital harmony as any of the more traditional friction points. This combination comforter and filtration device positioned itself specifically as a product to safeguard your marriage from the strife that could result from poorly digested cabbage. On the other hand, not married? Fire away.
Gotcha, Alvin!
Ah! Let me out!
The Better Marriage blanket concealed an inner layer of activated carbon fabric, ostensibly the same substances used by U.S. armed forces to protect against chemical weapons.
Even when used on top of bed sheets, offending molecules are absorbed before anyone knows they're there.
The original website has vanished from the internet, so we can't say if the Better Marriage blanket was machine washable or had to be trucked to a hazardous material station for incineration. The product was, according to reports, invented by a bow hunter who had the brainwave while researching ways to conceal his giveaway odor from deer. It's hard to imagine the Better Marriage blanket really taking off. It was $49.95 in 2010 dollars, reduced from the original $120 price tag, and a sincere presentation under the Christmas tree might have sparked the very argument the product hoped to avoid. According to the origin story of the MyPillow website, pitchman Mike Lindell was once just a kid with a dream of a more comfortable pillow. After tossing and turning throughout his entire youth, the adult Lindell became a bedding entrepreneur, offering pillows personalized by firmness, quantity of filling, and external fabric, all for what he seems to think is a reasonable price. Sleepwear, sheets, body pillows, coffee with a flag-waving Lindell on the packaging, and apple cider vinegar gummies supplement the pillows, creating the image of a coziness empire. Unfortunately for people who want the government out of their bedrooms, Lindell has emerged as an outspoken conspiracy theorist and devotee of Donald Trump. The MyPillow guy has been in and out of courtrooms for the past several years. He was sued for defamation in his attempts to sow doubt about the 2020 election results and found financially liable for having lost a bet that the election was rigged.
They did it in all the states. Every single state.
Changed the votes.
Every single state.
He's now allegedly personally bankrupt. Lindell also made headlines in September 2024 for marking some of his products down to $14.88. In case you're not hip to white supremacy lingo, both 14 and 88 are numbers significant to neo-Nazi groups. While none of this directly reflects on the quality of his products, consumers turned off by Lindell's positions and those who simply want a pillow uninvolved in the culture war will likely turn elsewhere, capping MyPillow's market share.